Hi everybody, welcome to Gundam TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. We're on episode 167.
Oh, Syd.
167. We're still trucking along. Today we have something kind of unique. You can see in front of Ryan here.
I'll be talking about this guy later.
And I'll be talking about Gundam, of course. I got an Elf Bullock, which I want to show everybody. It's really cool. And it actually transforms. And there's some things you can do with it, which I will show on camera in a bit.
Sweet.
But do you want to talk about the new stuff?
Yeah.
Last week, we weren't here. We were busy. We were here, but not filming. And the HG Gaeon came, and we thought, it's Gion with a J, as that hiragana or katakana says right there, but it's with a G. The Gaeon. Gaeon. It's Gion. So we corrected that on the website for people who are searching under both terms. They should be able to find it.
This is from
Reconquista G, just like the Elf Bullock and some of the other suits. They're quite unique here.
Yes.
Let's have a look through this box.
Okay.
All right, so what can we expect in the box? Actually, I don't know. I've never opened it before. This is my first time. You can see you're getting the foils, of course. They're fairly large, some of these here. It looks like you're going to have to be quite careful when you lay these on the part. But generally the fit banding makes it almost perfect, so I don't think you'll have too much of a problem. Interesting color here. You can kind of see it's purplish. There's a purple color. Normal color for the frame, it looks like. And then more purple. Clear parts here that will be used, and then all those things that are on its back you can see come in these runners here, these two B runners. So, and then we have a shield, and then parts for joints and whatnot. So this is another kit I'm gonna hopefully get my hands on sometime soon, because I really want to see what it looks like all put together. All right, that takes care of last week.
Yes.
And we're gonna go from Reconquista to Build Fighters Try, and here's the HG, the Vrabe. Vrabe. Here it is. I'm gonna open up this one too.
Sweet.
All right, now I love the Hainu, so anytime they want to give me another one to build, I will gladly take it. I'm sure lots of these parts are gonna be from the normal Hainu Gundam, like this one right here. It says Hainu Gundam right on the runner. Lots of those armor parts are on there. And here's a runner most people will probably recognize, the bazooka and the shield. The Hainu has that very distinct shield. Very cool. Okay, so flipping that over, you can see more armor parts there. But when you get to these runners here, these are actually Vrabe parts, it says on there. So we're starting to get to the new molds for the feet and the fin funnels. Here we go again. I guess that's the new shield. And here's going to be some of your foils. Now, this guy is meant to have some kind of transformation. I'm not quite sure, because I haven't actually got in there to look at it. We're going to bring this on the show, I hope. But let me show you this here. We had the Gundam Ace, I think, magazine come out with parts for this kit. Well, now the Dengeki Hobby, which is coming out, I think, next week or the next couple of weeks, it is also going to have parts for this kit. You can pick it up, make that thing, and incorporate it into your Vrabe build of your own. I'm hoping that we'll have this guy done sometime soon, and we can actually bring those parts on the show as well, and show everybody just what it can do with all the extra sets that are coming for it. All right, that wraps up for HG, but something else came in today.
The big boy.
The big boy, the big, everybody's been waiting for it, big boy. This is the first Master Raid of 2015, Ryan.
Oh, wow, in February. They're late this year.
Yeah, they gave us the RE100 in January this time around. That's kind of has to fit in there somewhere. So, the first one for 2015 is the Exia Dark Matter. And check out that box art.
I know, that is cool.
That's killer. You know, when we saw it at the model show, Gunpla Expo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it looks cool, but it was just standing there. It wasn't posed or anything. It was just standing there. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw the box art releases when they came.
It looks evil, don't you think?
It looks like it will mess you up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, of course, I want to show everybody what's inside. So, allow me to open this baby up. Now, I kind of know about the Exia. It's come out as a Master Grade before. There was an Ignition mode release as well. But this is the Dark Matter. And you can see the big thing on this guy is probably that enormous backpack, which apparently you can swap around. We'll get to that in a second. So, we got foil stickers. These will go under the clear parts and the joints for the elbows and the knees that we know. Remember, this is going to be very similar to the RG Exia that we built recently as well. Although, unlike the RG Exia, you're not getting mechi plated weapons. You're getting normal silver colored plastic. That's unfortunate, but these weapons are so much bigger. I can understand Bandai not wanting to plate them because it might add a little too much to the cost. Here we have the stickers. There's quite a few of them, and it's going to take a little bit of skill or effort just to kind of line them up properly because of their shapes. But of course the manual indicates quite well where they need to go. Check out this clear runner. This is a clear runner. I think this is just the base that will house the GN drive if you're not going to use it. But you have all these other clear parts in there as well. And I guess your polycap runner is hidden back in there too, but it doesn't look too big. Okay. Here we have the only real light color of this kit. This kit is mostly black, gray, I think purple, and then the red. But you have a couple of yellow parts here, and this is an orange blade here, and then all along here are the clear parts that will go in the joints, like I mentioned. At first I thought this was frame, but nope. This is black. This is black armor. It will go on over top of the gray frame, so it's going to be hard to distinguish the frame when you're viewing it from certain angles. But I think that's what they want when they're making this kit, right? So, more new parts here. Gundam Exia. These parts are the older parts. Of course, we remember what this shield looks like, right? We've seen it recently with the RG. And then we get our frame runners. And then these quite large armor parts here, which are going onto the backpack. Because that backpack, I'll show you in the manual here. You can see that they have parts here, and you can actually pull the backpack off and put it onto other Gundam Build Fighters MGs if you want to mount that backpack on there. So that's really cool. We do have some of those kits around here, so if I get this guy done, maybe we'll show you how to swap backpacks around. Alright, there we go. Now, this I would normally hand off to the next guy.
Yeah,
No.
I don't have any space.
This guy's coming home with me. This guy's coming home with me. We got a date tomorrow night. I got a date tomorrow night. Okay, so Ryan, I know you're a Blade Runner fan.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain what you're doing with that thing?
Yeah, well, this is from Wonderfest.
Yeah.
We don't sell it, but
Okay.
we were approached to sell it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm interested in people's feedback. But it is a sponge spinner.
That's right.
So yeah, give me a sec to get set up.
Okay.
I'll go into a little more
Yeah,
detail.
you might need some time.
Yeah. So, fans.
Blade Runner fans or fans of Sponge?
The spongy, what is this?
The sponge spinner?
Spinner. So
Yeah.
basically the Blade Runner spinner, but I guess due to copyright issues, possibly they can't say Blade Runner anyway here. But this I saw at Wonderfest was actually passed me by one of our purchasing team. And they said, Ryan, you like Blade Runner? What do you think? So this was the quickest kit
Yeah.
I ever built. Took me 5 minutes. And basically, this is what you get. So I guess, is this laser cut or something?
Yeah, I think so.
But look at the detail and just the perfection of the curve.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, you get a few of these. You just quickly pop out the foam. It's got stickers or like tape to tape it together.
Oh, there's, I guess, no glue?
Yeah, there's no glue. So it's basically, I guess here's an example. So it's just basically a sticker.
No, I see.
Or like tape.
Yeah.
Super sticky. I mean, I was trying to pull this apart so I can actually show you what I did.
Don't break it.
But I'd actually damage it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It is kind of cool. I like how it just wiggles around there.
And you get a base.
That's right.
I think it's very cheap.
You should put it on the dashboard of your car.
That's a very good idea. I'm trying to find the price.
Like
I mean,
the
we don't
bobblehead.
have it here, but I'm sure it's less than 1,000 yen.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, here's the instructions. They're pretty awesome. It's like A, B, C, D. So initially when I first saw this, I'm like, holy hell, there's a whole bunch of Japanese. But then, no, you just follow the A, B, C, D. And it's, yeah, super straightforward. So,
yeah.
yeah, if you think you'd want one, let us know.
All right.
But yeah, no LEDs though.
No LEDs?
No.
Yeah, it's not going to shine through the windows or anything.
No. I guess you could put it in LEDs if you wanted.
I guess if you want to, you can get a marker and like color certain parts of it as well and add some detail.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could do a lot.
Yeah.
With foam.
That's what she said.
So Syd.
Yeah.
The sponge spinner.
Sponge spinner, Syd.
I'm gonna take it to my shower.
Okay.
It's gonna give me a good scrub, and we'll see what it looks like afterwards. But Syd, what have you got for us?
I have the Elf Bullock. We talked about it in the last episode.
Sorry, I have to laugh at that. I'm sorry.
The Elf Bullock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've gone past that now. I've spent some time with him or her.
What was that Sex Pistols album?
Yeah,
So
that
much
first
for the
one. Wasn't
Bullocks, yeah. Anyway,
Now
sorry.
I'm going to show my age that I know about it, but I'm so old that I forget it. So, all right. Anyway,
Okay.
this kit, it looks kind of cool, and of course there's things it can do, but it can also transform. So I'm going to show that in front of the camera.
Okay.
So give me some time to get everything prepared, and then we'll show you just what the Elf Bullock can do. All right. So here's the base. You know, the Elf Bullock as a base. It does. You can put this on the back of it. Of course, it just plugs right in the back there, and these will move. But in a lot of the artwork you see in the box and the manual, it's just like this. That's all. So when it's like this and on the stand, which they've included, thank you very much, Bandai, you have these weapons, and there's a specific way to put those on, which I'm going to show you here. And to do that, I need these extra pieces that Bandai has given us. On each B runner, there are 2 parts here. Allow me to just snip these off. I kept them on the runner just so I would not lose them when I was transporting this guy around. So we'll take one of these and the other side, the other B runner. And when you use the weapons, you will need to swap. And I guess when you take these little blades off his legs, you'll have to swap back. So there's a little part I'm going to show you which you can't lose. Please do not lose it. So I got my parts here. Let me pop this off. Now, I will show you. This is like the heel, and it can open and close. But you can see this brown piece right here kind of blocks it. Mm-hmm. Well, that piece is meant to come out. You can just pop it out. And when you do that, that will allow this little hinge part to close up the entire way here. So you also take this part off like this, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the blade, you're going to plug it in down here, and then you're going to
So it's General Grievous.
You're going to put on your extra parts that they give you, and then this part, well, I guess it goes right down here, right? Like this, and close this up like so. And you have the blade on. So let's quickly do the other side. You've seen it once. We'll try to do it again. That part comes straight out. Pop this front part off. Slap it in there. Like that. And this one here. When you got that, you can put him back on the stand. Here he is. This adapter comes with a kit. It changes depending on what you're mounting or how you're mounting the Elf Bullock, but the areas with his weapons, I guess he can kung fu kick you. Watch out, everybody! There it is. I kind of think it's cool. Like when you see the images in the manual. Let me see if I can find one of these images here. Is it in the manual? There's one image. Yeah, this one right here. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I thought this image was like totally cool. Like, obviously, I wasn't prepared to see this kind of scene in Reconquista. I thought it'd be more of the bigger suits. But when I saw this, I thought, okay, maybe I need to find that episode and have a look. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the transformation. So that means for now, I'm going to pop off these parts here that I do not need. I can just put this leg part back on. Pop off this one. Put this leg part back on. And what I will do is I'll take it off the stand. Now you are meant to have the backpack attached, and you're going to be pulling it apart here. So let's start with the top. Pull the top off. Pull the legs off. First thing they want you to do is actually move this and lock it into place. So normally it kind of hangs at like 45-degree angle. It can hang a little bit further down, but when you pull it up and then push in this piece here, it actually locks in, so it's not going anywhere. You are then meant to take off the not the V-fin, whatever it is, the fin at the top, and replace it with this extra one that they've given you. So some part swap in here. When you get that on, you can drop it into place here. I think it looks like it goes on like that, makes him look like a chicken. Okay, push it down, click, there he is. Now these things will flip up on the back here, like so. And now, with the hands, bend the arms, turn this way, it looks like. And then the elbow joints are actually really cool. There is a polycap inside here, and then this is attached via rod, and it can rotate the entire way, like that. So right now I've got this funky looking thing. This can go down like that. I've got this funky looking thing. Now they did give you an extra assembly, and it's this I've already assembled it. It's only 4 pieces. And what you're going to do is you are going to attach the legs to it. So one leg goes here like this. The other leg will go on here like so. And then it will attach to the bottom of your kit like this. So we'll put that in there like that. Now this is its kind of flying form, but they do give you this piece for your base. So I'll pop off this part that's on the base. I will put this on like so. Here we go. And we'll pop this guy in there. So here we go. There's the flying form for your Elf Bullock. That is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
I didn't expect it to move this much when I was building it, and then I get to the end of the manual. Saw the transformation. Didn't try it because I wanted to do it in front of the camera here on the show, but there you go. That's actually kind of funky. All right, so there's the Elf Bullocks. I've put them back in the box. I'm gonna take them home and kind of maybe play around with them a bit more. He's got lots of paneling details
Elf
in there.
Bullocks.
I can bring out, and I remember the name of that album now, Ryan.
Who remembers it?
It's right up here. I had to search my database. It's Never Mind the Bullocks, Here Come the Sex Pistols. Right?
Before my time.
Yeah, probably before my time too, but it was still somewhat popular.
Oh yeah.
When I was
into
child.
punk, so you know every punk
Yeah,
band.
but what punk were you into? Like Pennywise, Rancid,
Black Flag.
Black
Bad
Flag.
Religion,
Okay, good.
Pavement.
Yeah.
Pixies.
Good. Okay. Getting all nostalgic here. Yeah. Okay, so this is part of the show. We're gonna do comments.
Yes.
Okay, so we got a few here.
Oh yes, we have comments.
Yes.
First, Matt Hatter. That's pretty. I like that.
Okay.
Just bought my first Gundam kit at Barnes & Nobles. I've never seen them before. I picked up the Gundam Exia RG kit. I love the build and enjoy watching your shows. Found you on YouTube. I enjoy info and tutorials. Thanks. We work for a store. Buy from us.
No, actually, this
Barnes & Nobles?
Barnes & Noble, didn't you go like, wait a minute? Like
Barney's?
Way back when I lived in a Western culture in the West, Barnes & Nobles was what, books, right? There are bookstores
they're
and
not
kind out
selling
there.
Gundam.
And I thought like, that's a weird place to find a Gundam. So I kind of was wondering like, you know, where do people like, what's the oddest place you found a Gundam? Like at a garage sale from an old man in his 80s and things like that?
Trying to sell you candy.
That's right, in his van.
In his van.
Let's not get too crazy. Yeah, that's the first time I heard about Barnes & Nobles. I imagine if you're walking in there, impulse buy maybe, but I can imagine it'd be pretty pricey compared to us.
HLJ.com.
But
in the corner of this video is the web address.
Okay.
Next. SSJ Cha. I wouldn't mind one of those MGs. All of mine are from 2001 or earlier.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What happened, mate?
A lot has happened in Plamo technology since 2001. I think 2001 was the first version COD, the RX-72. And now we have like a dozen of them or something.
Update your collection.
Than the last.
Yeah. 2001.
Long time ago.
Space Odyssey. Only we were flying to the planets then. So. Anyway, Merlin. I will be random Ryan. Looks like Austin Powers.
Ryan looks like Austin Powers.
Thanks, man. Okay. Well,
does he?
I love those movies. I wish they'd make
so
more.
Funny.
I wish they'd make more.
Yeah.
Next, BMD. The Space Jahanamamam one was great. I'm getting the Beg IF next to build with my girlfriend. She thought it was cute and I'm starting a collection. Thank you, Sid and Ryan. Without you two, I would have never found HLJ. I never started building Gunpla. Awesome. Glad you can build with your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, you found yourself a girlfriend who enjoys that kind of hobby with you. Let's hope things go well for you. Have little babies with little baby
No, I'm
nippers.
thinking 50 Shades of Grey with Gundam. Sorry.
What? Where did that come from?
You know, everyone says.
Okay, so here we are. Wait, what? You seen it already?
No, I read some reviews and people are complaining bitterly.
Yeah, they say it's the worst movie ever.
Yeah, but I just thought Gundam 50 Shades.
Gundam with this
Crossover
girl
Bandai. Crossover
tools.
Gundam.
I don't know where this is going, Ryan.
Okay, next
How
time.
do you pick that out from the bear guy? I don't know.
Shout out to my boy Jacob.
There you go,
We
Jacob.
love the show. Keep up the good work.
You just got a shout out.
Got a shout out.
TV.
First shout out ever.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's the first shout out I've seen, so I thought, oh, I'll throw that in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Jacob.
Musha Gundam. Hey guys, just got into Gunpla TV a month ago when I stumbled upon your live stream, or at least the video of it, of Syd building the Neo Gion, and I have been working to catch up on old episodes since. I've got to say good work, guys and girls. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much.
He stumbled on one of our first ever live streams, I think. That was our first episode.
Yeah, we've only done 3 or 4 though, haven't we?
Yeah, but we started off with that big Neo Gion monsters thing, right? That was the way to... We kicked it off with style.
That was epic. We need more of those.
Yeah.
P.S. I need a That's What She Said montage.
Well, maybe I could do that. Maybe.
Okay.
Got a lot of scouring of the old episodes and searching the blooper reels and stuff.
We have to go into the archive of the tapes.
Oh,
but that's all I have, Syd.
Okay, well,
what do you got?
I have a piece of paper right here because this is a segment of the show where I give stuff away, which is what everybody sometimes fast forwards to, I'm sure. So this week and the week before, because we missed a week, we're too busy. Over that period of time, we ended up with 657 comments. 657. So your chances of winning are 1 in 657.
Which is really good compared to, say,
the lotto.
Which is like getting struck by lightning or eaten by a shark.
That's right. So you're more likely to get eaten by a shark here in HG TV. So here we go. The first one is the Build Mark II, Build Gundam.
Very nice.
Gundam Build Fire is the first one. It's one of the first MG kits from last year. So that goes to comment number 102, and his name is Paradigm. And he says, it's sad that the Sengoku doesn't come with the 2 palm striking hands. Just going to blame Kawaguchi Meijin from the anime for pointing out that it's called Sengoku, so it shouldn't use Chinese Kung Fu. Okay, he's right. Sengoku is like the Japanese Warring States period. They just used bows and arrows and spears for the most part. Some horseback. Until, of course, the rifle was introduced by the Portuguese.
Consider me educated.
Okay, so Paradigm, I will be contacting you by email. And right there, guys, you heard it. Ryan is educated. Don't try to argue with him. He's educated. Okay.
I'm now educated.
All right, good. So, Mr. Educated.
What do we got next? Ooh, this was a nice one.
This was the Sengoku one. That's probably what this previous commenter was talking about. Lots of parts still in there to assemble. This is a Sengoku Astray Gundam, and it goes to comment number 288. And it's Trippin' Tiger, and I have no idea what this guy's writing. Remember last time the winner said Sig Zion or something? This guy says, Jigen Hao School, Zeikenzuki. I have no idea what that means. Yeah,
all in caps as well.
But it doesn't matter because you win.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to answer a skill testing question.
randomnumbergenerator.org.
Did anybody used to enter contests before where you had to answer a question just to prove that you're not dumb?
A bot?
It wasn't a bot. It wasn't on computer. Like, I remember when I was young, I had to send away something to win something from Lifesavers, you know, the little candy.
Suck a lifesaver.
And you had they made you answer this skill testing question just to prove you're competent enough to win the prize. And it was like math, 21.
That wouldn't work on the internet,
or something,
as we know.
Yeah, math doesn't work on the internet. So anyway,
no, intelligence doesn't work on the internet. Anyway, give me this plate.
That's right.
Syd will...
I will be contacting you,
yes.
But now I have 2 more kits to give away.
Yes.
Actually, a little bit more than that.
Lay it on us, Syd.
A little bit more than that. So, we're going back before 2001. This is the old MG Zaku, the very first one. Zaku 2.
And it's built, so you don't have to go through the headache.
No, some of it's built, not all of it, because we were just kind of trying to show what the MG was at that time. So there is lots of building left to do.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever gets this will have a considerable amount of building to do. So it's, there you go. It's not completely built.
Now this is totally snap fit, or is it still
it's snap fit, I believe. I didn't have to use glue when I was assembling it. So this came out, the first of the MGs was after they were working on the HGs and stuff, that scale.
So. Cool.
So there you go. Somebody's going to win that. And this next one now, this one's kind of funny. This is the gun cannon. Now the gun cannon has been with us for quite a long time here in Gunpla TV. It's one of the first episodes we actually pulled it out and kind of built it to talk about master grades. I think it was like episode 4 or 5. So this kit is a number of years old, and here's where we got with him. Here he is. We had the clear armor campaign at the time. Yeah, he's cool. So we use this guy. Oh, look, there's masking tape. I need that. Okay. We use this guy for a lot of tutorials, like, you know, how to paint, how to do various other things. Like, remember we talked about painting and things like that. So some parts are painted on this. And there's still a lot of building left to do, of course. Hold on. Let me pull out some of these runners here. I got runners from everything in here. What's this? Backpack parts and everything else. So.
We've got a few different runners in there.
So, and still, it was limited at the time, 30th anniversary, 35th anniversary.
Clear
so
parts.
we have some clear parts as well. This is garbage, don't need that. But because like maybe this isn't complete, we don't know. We used it for so many different things. I thought I'd also throw in the Z. Remember the Z? This is the first kit we built on Gunpla TV.
The first kit?
Yeah.
Are we sure we want to give that away? This
I do.
is like a priceless
This kit
heirloom.
was
100
in
years
that box.
time, you know.
But this kit, the first episode we talked about grades and just introduced people to what Gundam was, and the next few episodes we talked about building, putting out stickers, doing panel lining, and doing Gundam marker. That's for a series of like 2 or 3 more episodes. And well, this guy has survived that earthquake and everything else that happened in the meantime.
This is the most precious kit we've given away.
Yeah. Are you attached to it in some way, Ryan?
Well, you know, when aliens find YouTube thousands of years in the future, this item will be priceless.
Maybe. But somebody else will own it. There'll be aliens that are coming for you. So there's 2 for 1 in this one. With some water slide decals I already put on there and everything like that. So there's a dead bug. I'm not gonna pull that out. Oh wait, that looks like a USB cord.
Yeah.
You need that?
I don't know. Let me see the connection on the other end.
Okay.
Hey, that's
what
cool.
she said. Okay. And more for the montage. Look, the death size weapon.
What's that? Is that?
That's from the MG death size. Like, I'm gonna throw
You're
in.
getting a bag of tricks.
It's like a bag of Gunpla goodies here.
Yeah.
So whoever wins this
Part
one,
of our history.
That's right. You are getting a piece of history. I hope you don't take that lightly. Whoever wins this one.
Maybe one day when we explode and they're doing Hollywood movies about Gunpla TV,
You know, we're gonna see it on like eBay or whatever auctions.
like millions of dollars.
Yeah, I wish. That's when I quit, Ryan.
The problem is you won't have it. Some other guy will have it.
I'll just go through the wall of Flamo and list it all. So, how do they win or possibly win?
Oh yes,
Ryan?
if you want to win, you need to go to episode 167 on hobbylink.tv.
That's right.
And leave a comment. And then you stand a good chance of winning, 1 in 600 or 1 in 300, depending on
how many comments we get.
How people care.
We'll see how popular that first ever Gundam is by the comments.
Yeah, we'll find out just how precious we are.
People will be like, whatever, that thing's ugly.
Just a reminder to everyone, we are on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr. Friend us, like us, join us. And just remember, we're brought to you by HLJ.com.
Yep.
So please support our fantastic store.
Okay, now my turn here at the end. I'm hoping to build this guy tomorrow, and we'll have him on the show next week, and we'll talk about everything he can do, because he's looking like there's some surprises in there. And week after that, or coming up after that, I'm actually going to be back in Canada. So we've been training some people to kind of maybe take over or substitute while I'm gone. No?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know. But we're gonna try and like get them back in front
We'll
of the
try
camera.
and get an episode in there.
Yeah, we're trying to get an episode happening, even if I can't be predominantly in it. That's my hope, my feeling anyway.
Well, this is news to me, guys.
Oh, come on. Didn't I say it downstairs in the lunchroom? So, anyway, leave it with me, Ryan.
Okay.
I always take
we
care
will
of these
clarify
things.
these things by next week's episode.
Yes. Anyway, so thanks for watching. If you want some sponge type stuff, you think that'd be cool, leave a comment, let us know.
Yeah, like should HLJ get sponge?
Sponge spinner. Yeah? We'll let the viewers decide. Okay. See you later.
See you later.